Good evening, and welcome to the Filmmaker interviews for the 23rd Annual Garden State Film Festival. My name is Mike Cassidy. I will be your host this evening, and I have the pleasure of speaking to a couple of the folks behind La Cafeteria, west of the city, director Tom Ryan, Jim Thalman, and Arian Blanco. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing?
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Doing well, thank you. Thanks for having us on.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, can't wait to get started talking to you guys. So if you could go around and just say what your role was with the film and a little bit about the film, too.
Yeah, so I'll
Fantastic. I'll
start.
kick it.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah, Arian clockwise or so. My name is Tom Ryan. I'm the director of the picture. I was brought on by Jim and Arian there to deliver this next edition of proof of concept film for the West of the Cities series. So I had a great time working. I think we did, what did we do on this one, guys? 4 days? Was it
4 days?
4 days. 4 days of shooting. My son Jack is also one of the actors in the film. It was great working with him. And I'll let the other guys take it from there.
Arian, if you wanted to go, sorry. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Arian Blanco, as my mother would pronounce it, Arian Blanco, but you can call me Arian. And I'm the series creator and served as producer and writer, executive producer and writer for La Cafeteria specifically. Again, as Tom alluded to, it's a proof of concept. Now it's one of 3 short films that are proof of concepts for the West of the City series that we've been developing. And greetings from the illegitimate bastard 6th borough of Hudson County, New Jersey.
that's one hell of an intro. My name is Jim Thalman. I produce this show. I've been working with both Tom and Arian now going on many, many years. Arian and I did our first play together 30 some odd years ago, and we've been working together ever since. And Tom and I met on, I think, the 2016 or 17 festival circuit and became fans of each other's work, and then started working together shortly thereafter. And now we've done, I think, 4 projects together, and now we're gearing up for our 5th. So it's always nice to get the band back together, to quote the Blues Brothers.
Definitely. So could you just give us a little synopsis of your film without giving anything away? Tom, if you wanted to
go. West of the City really follows 4 boys, and it follows their transition into men over the course of their lives, over the course of decades. But it kind of follows their story and how the effects of the rise of the Cuban mafia in West New York, Union City, North Bergen, and their affiliations with the Italian mob from New York kind of shaped these boys' lives and their relationships with each other. But the story really focuses on their friendships, the loyalty they have to one another, the experiences they share, and the tribulations that they go through together as they become men.
Incredible. Arian, you were the creator of the series. What was the inspiration for you?
Wow. One of the actors in it, Omar Hernandez, who's actually Union City PD currently, but a fantastic actor. We've been working for like 20 years. And we grew up in Union City in the same town. And we were talking about like how, we have a lot of friends in our orbit since we were kids, like now as adults, and how that's actually not normal. Most folks don't have tons, maybe one good friend from when you were in grammar school. And that kicked off the conversation. And then he said, he talked about being on the force and, there's a camaraderie. And he said, there are a lot of great guys in the police department. But let me tell you something. If my back was up against the wall, I'd call this one friend of mine, and he's a criminal. And it just kind of, the minute he said that, kind of clicked. West of the City, 4 childhood friends. 2 of them grow up to be police officers, and 2 of them grow up to be criminals. Wow. And that was the genesis that just kicked it all off.
Okay.
I will say it's based on inspired by real events, based in a real place, and also further inspired by real people that make up this community here west of the city.
Yeah, I'd like to just jump on that because here's the funny part of it. We've got overall for the series probably about 600 pages of source material.
Okay.
Because there are so many old timers, both cops and criminals, that these guys are so old, they don't care about anything or burning anyone. And they just want to tell you their story. And we've sat down with these guys and we listened to these stories and we're like, we can't put that on screen because it is so radically unbelievable. Everyone's going to be like, these guys are full of shit. But these are actual events that happened, many of which both Ariane and I vaguely remember being in the newspapers when we were little kids. And now as adults, we're hearing like the full gamut of the story. And it's like, this is a series that has got to get made. It's something that audiences, no matter what genre of crime story you've ever seen, you've never seen this story. And part of what we really like about it is I think American audiences right now are ready for multilingual shows, which the pandemic taught us that a great show is a great show. And it doesn't matter if it's German or Italian or Spanish or Dutch or Korean.
Of course.
Right? Yeah. If it's engaging content, people want to see it. And we feel like, well, this is because our show vacillates between Spanish and English and Italian, that subtitled, of course, that is a lot of fun, we believe, for the audience.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Definitely. I know I had a good time. So I want to ask you guys questions about the cast and crew. You mentioned earlier when we were speaking that it was a family affair. If you guys wanted to say what it was like finding them and working with your family and everything. Tom?
I'll let Arian take this one because Arian actually cast the majority of the children in the film. He knew that my son had acted previously in a couple of projects that I had done with him over the course of COVID and a feature film that we had done with him. And he was actually pretty reliable in front of the camera. And so Arian had included him in the mix there. But Arian, why don't you go ahead and talk about the rest of the cast of characters? Actually, one of them is his son as well. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are 4 approximately 12-year-olds. They're the 4 friends, and they it's been said, or we were hearing a lot of like feedback how hard it is to work with kids, and one of the strategies was to keep it close to the vest. And yeah, my son is of that age. Tom's son is of that age, and then we found another 2 kids. We have 2 in the pocket, right? We found another 2 kids. One of them actually goes to school with my son Julian, and another was in a film of another collaborator of ours, Andy Panabon, years back, and he had a great performance, and he was probably the most outsider, but he slipped right into the mix out of Long Island, Zepp, and once we saw them together, it just clicked, and these boys, they really hung in there. Specifically, we had some hard shoots, especially the one nighttime scene that was in the middle of winter, 29-degree weather, and they hung in there.
29-degree weather. Okay. Every weekend leading up to the shoot was 44, 45 degrees. It was beautiful. The weekend we shoot, it hits 12. It's 12 degrees, and literally,
that what it was?
I saw my teeth from shivering so much.
Yeah.
He's putting it at 29 because I don't think he wants to get in trouble with the moms.
I was in the back and inside holding, nice and warm, cutting checks. So maybe I missed it that way. But the fact that the families were there, Dab Decor, he's one of the actors who plays opposite Jim's character as his younger brother. He wrote me a really great note. He actually has 2 kids, and for another scene we needed extras, and he brought his kids, and they made it into the frame. And he's like, this is not the first time I'm in a film with my kids. They're in it too, And he said, what a great experience, a film about fathers and sons being made by fathers and sons. And that really, it was really special. Let me tell you, I've been on other sets. I think I've more than enough times I've had really great experiences, but that was definitely special to have so much youth around us and so much family come together to make this work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And overall, as far as like some of the crew, these are men and women that we've been working with for decades. Rigo Diaz is our cinematographer, Natasha Senko-Thalman, which is my wife. She was the production designer and the costume designer. And it's always lovely when you could work closely with the people that you care deeply about, because as I said earlier, it's like it's getting the band back together, and all the players kind of have a shorthand and they have this looseness, and there's this level of trust where you don't have to worry about that department. You know it's in good hands. You've seen their work. You've experienced their work on multiple other shows, and it just makes the entire process a whole lot more pleasant. And at the end of the day, we do this because we love it most of all, not for any other reason, financial or fame wise. It's about the joy and the passion of actually making a movie, and making a movie with people that you care about.
Do you still enjoy it if it's 12 degrees?
I do. It doesn't matter to me. Film sets are my happy place. They bring me to places I've never been, give me experiences I would have never, ever had. And then when we get to screen them, go to towns and cities that you've never been to prior, all around the globe. And you get to have that experience of a new culture. And I'm one of these type of people that if I've got the all access badge, I'm seeing 20 movies in a week. I'm seeing everything I can.
That's what we like to hear. So what made you guys submit to the Garden State Film Festival?
Oh, well, Garden State is in my opinion, it's the premier New Jersey film festival. I've been attending the film for years before. I'm an alumni of the film festival. Before I even submitted films, I attended the film festival to be a part of the celebration and just to check out some amazing films by New Jersey filmmakers. I think they are one of the film festivals in Jersey that really does it right. They really promote the work in a very efficient and just with great marketing technique. They really put your stuff out there, and the networking opportunities at Garden State Film Festival are really on par with none. I mean, they are just, it's extraordinary. I've met so many great people at the festival that we've actually wound up working with on other projects or intend to work with on newer projects. This was actually created as a proof of concept, though it's only meant to be pitched to studios and networks. And when Garden State Film Festival was looking for submissions, I kind of talked to Jimmy and Ari, and I said, I think it would be a great idea for us to get in there, at least to share this work with these folks, because they would really appreciate it. And I just appreciate the experience of being there. And once we did, they were very excited to have us as a part of the festival again. So we're equally as excited.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome
Thank you.
back.
Yeah. Same here. Garden State's always been huge supporters of ours. I think this is Tom and I's third film at Garden State, and Arian and I's third film at Garden State. So I love the people. I love Asbury Park. It's a fun town. It's a great festival. They program really well. They get behind their filmmakers. And my thought process is, hopefully in the years to come, as we continue to grow as, craftspeople and artists, we could always come back to the festival with newer and original work and let the audiences at Garden State see it there for the first time. Chances are this is probably the only festival we're going to play. This is not for film festivals. It's for our studio pitches. But we love Garden State so much. It's like, oh, this is great. We get our friends and our families will come down. We'll pack the house. And then we'll probably have a few drinks afterwards.
And before.
And before, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add to that. I'm so excited to have the world premiere be a New Jersey-made film that's a New Jersey-based story inspired fully out of this part of the world, world premiering at the Garden State Film Festival. I couldn't ask for a better place to introduce it to the world. So come March 29th, 6:15 block. I cannot wait to see it. Mm-hmm. Please come down.
I can't either. Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for taking this time to speak with me. Unfortunately, we're at the end of our time. I just want my final question. It sounds like you guys are all coming. It's usually, are you coming to the festival?
Yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt. We'll be tearing it up.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait. Well, we are very excited and we're honored to have your film. And as a representative for the film festival, thank you for all of the kind
Oh,
things
thank you
you
very
said.
much for having us.
Thank
We
you for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Thank you.
Of course. Once again, that is La Cafeteria west of the city, being played Saturday, March 29th, block JS31 from 6:15 to 8:30 p.m. Guys, it was great talking with you, and I can't wait to
Great.
see
See
you
you
at the
there.
festival.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a great one.